New state witness in the trial within a trial in the Cat Matlala case took to the stand this afternoon. Matlala and four others are, of course, facing a number of charges, including conspiracy to commit murder and attempted murder in connection with three incidents between 2022 and 2024. For the very latest, we now cross live to SABC News reporter Neria Hlakotsa. Of course, Neria, you are outside the Johannesburg High Court. This is still the trial within a trial. Give us a sense then in terms of what happened in court today. I know that the defence's advocate, Annalene van der Heever, had or took rather huge exception with the police.
Indeed, today we did see that cross-examination by Annalene van der Heever, who's representing Matlala and his wife. Basically, she was touching on how the police acted on the day when the first accused was arrested. Among other things that she was highlighting to the court was that the police did not follow the Criminal Procedure Act, and among other issues that she raised was the fact that when the first accused was arrested, police did not rush him to the nearest police station, but instead they kept him around. And according to Annalene van der Heever, the Criminal Procedure Act says that the accused must be, rather the suspect at the time, must be rushed to the nearest police station after the arrest. She also was unhappy with how police were searching the home of the first accused. Among other issues that she raised was how the house was left in a state of mess and chaos, according to her. And of course, at the time, Captain Vusimuzi admitted to the court that indeed he too was not happy at how the home of the first accused was left. But right now we are in a place where now the state is putting new evidence on record, and the new state witness that has just taken the stand just after the lunch adjournment is Tumelo Tsotetsi. He's also the police officer who was around on April 2024 when the first accused, Musakekana, was arrested. He's basically recounting the events of the day. Just, most of his testimony this afternoon was reiterating what the first witness of the state, or rather Captain Vusimuzi, was saying. Among other things, he told the court that for that arrest to happen is because they received that intelligence that there are occupants who are driving a white Hyundai i20 who have now left Vereeniging where the engineer was shot at, and they are now heading to Q in Bramley. And among other things, they say it is due through that intelligence that they then decided to go to Q. And they later found out that the same occupants are now leaving the 5th Road, number 34 5th Road, and are driving in a Mercedes-Benz Viano. And that's when then they approached the Viano as the police. And in that Viano, that's where they found the first accused, Musakekana. At the time, he was with other people, and it was during that arrest, really, the important part that came out was whether the first accused was ever complaining about his health, because remember, the first accused started coughing up blood, and that's why the top that he was wearing during that arrest had blood. And the state put it to Tsotetsi really to confirm whether he was already complaining about his health just as they had arrested him. And Tsotetsi indicated to the court that indeed he was already complaining. But remember, the accused, in his own version, he says he was okay. He didn't have any health issues. He only started coughing up blood when police started to assault him. And now Tsotetsi on the stand is basically reiterating the issue that the health issues were also there. There was that issue also of whether their rights were read to them. So Tsoteti telling the court today that indeed the rights of the accused were read to them, and the accused did say that they do understand the rights. So that was further asked by the state whether the accused was indeed assaulted. Remember, the accused is maintaining that he was assaulted and tortured by police. And so Tsoteti, answering the state this afternoon, said there was no assault that happened in his presence and he wouldn't have allowed that. So we're expecting indeed that Tsoteti's evidence continues tomorrow. The state has asked the court for an early adjournment because there are still some issues that it wants to go through before they can conclude his evidence in chief.
Very well, Neria, thank you so much for that comprehensive wrap. Reporter Neria Hlakotsa there following proceedings in the Matlala trial at the Johannesburg High Court.